have occasionally gone bowling.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was a strike. That was in the pocket right there. That was right down the middle. It was not a split, too, because if you roll right down the middle in bowling, you wind up splitting them 7-10. It's an impossible split to make. Ashley Vorsanger is our guest. If you go to Ash Disaster, which is a crazy website, but I remember it. How do you say ASHDIS?
No, the second, it's just the disaster.com.
Oh, it's disaster. All right, so you spell it. I want people to get your website. Go ahead.
Oh my gosh! Now I have to spell. Oh,
I know.
Okay.
What is this? A game show or what? What am I doing here? I thought, first of all, you're not on time. Second of all, you.
Test.
Exactly. But I want people to, everybody who comes on the show, people like you have a very distinct personality. And I know after the show, people go, I'd like to tell that nice girl something. That Ed is such a jerk. And Ed was saying all this stupid stuff to her. And I just wanted to say to her that J.C. Penney's is having a sale this week. I don't know if she knows that. And, she's a nice girl. I want her. So I like it when the audience can get real email personal, but also at the same time, it can't really get at you because, you're an entertainer and we don't want you to. It'd be have flooded with everywhere you go. It'll be like Lindsay Lohan. You won't be able to go to the store, so we don't want that. So, what's the best way to get to your website? How do you get to your website?
It is so it's disaster.com. It's D as in David, I, S as in Sam, A, S as in Sam, HTER.com.
Now, here's the thing I was thinking about when you and I were texting to come on the show. How difficult, you're a comedian. I'm a part-time comedian and a radio guy, so I haven't, my job has really been 100% radio for 2 weeks. I haven't done a spot anywhere. I did one speech, but it was kind of a serious talk. So I have not gone up in the last 2 weeks. What's it like to have to do comedy on the same day that this Armageddon is going on, blowing my mind, and I'm watching it? What was it like? Give me your take on that. First of all, you think the public must need it. They're like, oh, yeah, please. But secondly, how difficult to strike the right note to get a laugh in the middle of that kind of stuff. What's your thought on that?
It was definitely challenging. The actual day of the incident in Boston, I was doing a mic, getting ready for a show, and I was at home working, and of course all this, just starts unfolding, and I'm following it, and then I go to the mic, which was there's about 40 people there, and it was definitely a strange vibe, but since that was basically all comedians, we all kind of got through it. But then I did have a show a couple of days later, and it was...
Right, now what happens then when it's the real... you're right. See, if artists are nearby, it can go both ways. Sometimes they can be like, don't come near me. But they're also, so obsessed with themselves that when you get a group of artists together, they're like, all right, 9/11, blah, blah, but what about me?
Exactly.
So that crowd I get. But the real public... the one with the 3 kids, the one that got the kids off to school in the morning, the one that says, let's go to a comedy club. I got to break the pall. Let's go to the damn comedy club. Really? Yeah, let's just go. Let's get the kids a sitter. Let's go tonight. It's Monday, it's Tuesday, it's Wednesday. It's not comedy night. Let's go. Oh my God, those people are so desperately deserving of laughter. What's your thought on that?
It was really interesting. It was a lighter crowd than we would have hoped, for sure. But the people that were there, yes, they're at a comedy show, and yes, they obviously want to have a good time. But then there's a little bit of a kind of a hesitation where it's like, is it okay that we're out laughing? What I mean? And then it was really a little harder to get people kind of to warm up and be like, look, it's okay, we're all going through this, And honestly, out of all of the comedians, the first few didn't even mention anything about it.
Well, what a tough call. That is such
Yeah,
do you
exactly.
want to be the guy who does it, or gal who does it wrong? Oh my God, you've just killed the entire show. If
Exactly.
if you
Exactly.
don't do it at all, guess what? Somebody's got to do it.
Yeah.
And everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, thanks a lot, coward." You know, the host goes out, he doesn't do it. Then the first comic doesn't. You'd be like, "Okay, so everybody's chicken in here." I mean, what are we? So it's a very. I mean, you're talking about the really finest calibration of gut to do. So what did you actually do with your set?
I actually just right up at the top, I just kind of, instead of going too much into it, or, I'm certainly don't feel like I'm qualified to make any great sweeping, healing statements about anything, but I just kind of said, what a week, guys, and just, kind of
good for you.
vaguely touched on it without going too far into it, and, and people really loosened up at that point.
Of course, yeah, you gave them
Also,
permission. You gave them permission to have the thought, but you didn't go too far where you characterized it. See, this is a very interesting thing in show business. If you can learn how to recognize, pay homage to, but not put your spin, not characterize, so you don't disturb what the audience already thinks. I mean, that's Johnny Carson. That's the real pros navigated through Kennedy assassination, and even the pros who made it through the 9/11. I mean, Letterman deciding what night to go back on. That is such a good for you. So you experienced all of that. How'd you feel afterwards? I bet you were a little bit okay. It was good. I mean, it ended up being a good show, and glad to hear it.
And actually, during the show was when they caught the second bomber.
Oh my God! During the show, that's it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to continue with the comedy in just a moment. I want you to know this bloodthirsty terrorist has finally been shot. He's been bleeding in a boat, and they've taken his bloody body down to the... All right, so now Ashley Vorsanger is going to finish her comedy set. Back to you, Ashley. As you were saying, I think you were up to the knock knock. What comes after?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man, that is
back to your little jokes about,
Yeah, that's crazy. So I'll tell you one thing you got going for you. I think that you could do exactly what Anderson Cooper did, because you guys apparently have the same wardrobe. I was looking at your... I mean, if that girl doesn't stop trying to... And then, you know what's so funny to me? On CNN, you have Anderson Cooper. He wishes he was a woman, right? So he's all, listen, these bombers didn't even wear matching ball caps. I mean, what kind of crazy terrorists are these? That's him. Then you go to Erin Burnett, and Erin Burnett's like, well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to build an extension onto the garage. Can you guys hand me, I'm on this old house this week. It's unbelievable. You got her. She's trying so hard to be a guy. He's trying so hard to be a girl. I'm like, woof, you should just go to Fox, is what. and then the two of you could get married and say, well, that's how it works. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, you're good. It was great for you to call in. Now, let me just catch up. For a couple of weeks, what have you been doing? What's been going on? Did you go on vacation? Did you hit the lottery? What's the most interesting thing that's happened, besides the horrible news, but in your personal life? Like in your, what's been going on with you? You guys have how's your apartment, by the way? You guys live in what part of the city?
It's great. We are in Brooklyn, and so we are exceptionally lucky in that our apartment actually has its own outdoor deck space.
Oh wow! So you guys can smoke it. You guys can smoke cigarettes or whatever. I'm sure on your own personal. See, that to me is part of the American dream. That little piece of autonomy where you stand outside.
Little deck.
Love that. Oh, please. My whole life, all people have called me is a little deck. That's all I've heard ever since I was a kid. Like, here comes Ed Till. He's such a little deck. Believe me, I've heard that. But I know how nice it is. I know how nice it is to stand out there and breathe your free air like in your little spot. I think that's great.
It's very nice. And yesterday we were trying to. It's always, every change of the season, you're always trying to find that magic place. Is it time to get the furniture out? Do we bring the plants in? Do we put the plants out? You're trying to figure out where's the actual change in the season. And yesterday, perfect example of the weather we've been having. In the morning, I started out, it's beautiful, it's sunny. I had on my little like halter top and my yoga pants so I could get some sun.
That's when the girls are home. That's how you know the girls are home. The girls are back. Well, how do you know the girls are back? Everybody's wearing yoga pants. What's going on? Good for you. You better savor these marvelous moments of your young life. That is a great moment. Keep going. I'm listening, but that is savor it. Savor it. Go ahead.
Right? But so it starts out great. I'm getting some sun, some vitamin D, I'm doing this. We're doing some little outdoor deck projects. By the afternoon, I'm in a long johns shirt and wool socks again. And it was...
What happened? It went all the way, it went full circle? It went full circle?
In the course of a few hours, it went overcast, freezing wind, it dropped. And then we had to cover everything back up, and now it's raining. And
that's terrible. Hey, can I tell you how much fun visiting with you is? You know something? I don't know what the hell's wrong with us. We missed you. We had some bad news. The world was coming apart. But I think we still made a mistake in not having you on even during the crazy times. Ashley Vorsanger is a funny comedian, a regular guest on the Ed Till Show. We love when she visits with us. She always brings sunshine and sparkling, and it's great to talk with you. Now, Diz Ashter. I'm going to try it. DIASHTER.com. How did I do?
Pretty good. Pretty close.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm going to shut up. You do it.
You just missed one S. That's all right. DISASHTER.
Beautiful.
I may have to change it.
No, don't even. You know what? That's me not even knowing the original word. If I would know how to spell the original word, I would get it right. You are terrific. Thanks for being on today so much.
It's the Ed Till Show. Ed Till Show.
I recognize she's trying to make it, shake it, wanting to find the things in life, waiting for
Ed Till.
give it, you educated, reading books on the transit, it doesn't matter, very sophisticated, so have a good time, tell the DJ, rewind, that's your song, everything is fine.